Recently I tried to fix up this Multicycle Tour 600 and get it rolling again, but that failed because there's an issue with this rear hub. So I was getting ready to scrap this bicycle, and then I remembered something. This here is the internal gear hub that I took from the blue Ultra bicycle that I scrapped a while back. And well, I never tried this one because it wasn't possible to ride on the Ultra bicycle, but I think this well, probably this hub is still okay. So I'm going to flip the carg and the tires and then install this wheel, and then I can hopefully take a test ride on the Multicycle. And this here is the rear wheel from the Multicycle, and when I got it, this circlip was already loose, and I think the whole issue that I had was this rear carg just spinning over the driver. But I'm not sure how I was able to miss this, because well, the hub does seem to work now. Oh, not sure. There might be something wrong. Well, doesn't matter. I never tried out the wheel from the Ultra bicycle, so that is what I'm going to install. And I will take this rear carg from the Multicycle because it has probably worn in to the old and rusty chain. Alright, I'm going to swap out the tire and then I can install this wheel. Well, I swapped out the tire and now it needs some air. And yesterday I installed a new O-ring inside my plastic fantastic pump, and it still sucks, but it does seem to work. So that €5 assortment of O-rings came in handy. Next I need to flip the rear carg, and I don't think I need this piece because there's a cable stub on the Multicycle frame. A whole lot of washers. Off comes the Ultra carg, that still looks usable, and here's the Multicycle carg that definitely has some wear. Maybe this carg is too fat, and that is why this circlip wasn't installed. Maybe there's a shim behind. Yeah, there's a shim. I'll remove this. Not sure if it's necessary, but it's only a test setup, so I'm not too worried about the whole installation. Installed. It is a bit loose. I guess it needed a thinner shim, but there does seem to be a gear. So let's install this wheel. And in all honesty, I did let the air go, otherwise the wheel would be hitting the mudguard. Not sure if the spacing is correct, but it looks close. Yep, it
fits more or less. And now this dirty chain. Oh, that was easy. And of course I misaligned the brake reaction arm, and now I'm going to try and turn the whole hub, but yeah, it's going to work, I think. Right, yeah, there it goes. Huh. This bracket might be different. I'll check. Yep, that drum brake bracket is different, and the brake lever here is also different. So the wheel has to come out again, and then I can swap the drum brake or the lining. Here you can see both of the drum brakes next to each other, and they are of a completely different design. So this one will have to go onto that hub, otherwise the brake cable will not fit. Looks like the Ultra bicycle uses an extra one of these see-through nuts for show. Alright, I'll get this done, and then I will bring the camera back. That looks like a number 17. Well, I'm going to stop now, because there's no point in recording all of this. It will get long and boring. Well, I managed to open up both of the drum brakes. It was a pretty straightforward procedure, and the diameter of these hubs are the same, so it looks like a straight swap. Let's quickly reassemble this drum brake. It works. Next I got a washer and another one, an anti-rotation washer, because it has flat sides. And it's kind of interesting that the Ultra and the Multicycle use different washer setups. The Ultra had one of those washers with bent tabs on one side that should grab into the frame. Alright, I'm ready to install this wheel. And here comes the wheel again, for the second time. And I'm hoping the camera battery will not run out while I'm trying to do this as smooth as possible. That worked. The knot fell off, but that only makes it easier to install the chain. And here's the nut again. And remember, this bicycle does not have any chain tensioners, so I gotta eyeball this and try to line it up as good as I can. I'm not over tensioning the chain, because in my experience with an old worn chain like this, it will only lead to problems. Okay. Let's try pedaling and see if I have any drive. And I do. But it does feel terrible. I probably set the chain too tight. Alright, I will tweak this a bit and finish up the installations and then go out for a test ride. Well, the chain is more than loose enough, but there's a whole lot of resistance coming from the hub. And remember, I never tried this hub, so we're on to uncharted waters here. Let's squirt in some WD-40. It might help, and it shouldn't break the hub. I should probably hold the bicycle at an angle so the WD-40 will not immediately run out. Alright, it's time to charge the battery. I'm reasonably sure that for some reason the bearings have ended up too tight. So I'm going to take the wheel out again, readjust the bearings and reinstall the wheel. So the wheel's back in after adjusting the cones a bit. It was a bit weird because when I tightened up the lock nut behind the drum brake, it also moved the cone. So this time I didn't tighten everything up. I just left a whole lot of play on the cones, and well, somehow by magic it got adjusted, because there's not a whole lot of sideways play on the rim. So I think we're good. Although it still feels and sounds a bit crunchy. But that's probably because the whole drivetrain is well worn. And on a positive note, the brake works. Although I might still need to adjust it a bit. Without a full chain case, I gotta be careful if I don't ruin my overalls. Years of kicked up grease. And at the moment the chain is possibly a bit too tight, but I'm not going to bother because I'm wanting to take my test ride. As you can see, I still need to install this shifting pin and adjust this click box thingy. Yeah. No. Damn. It's kind of hard to do this on camera. For a while it got stuck. Not sure what happened there. It's definitely not as easy as with an Sturmey Archer hub. Clearly I'm not able to do this on camera, but I'll get it done somehow. I switched to the shifting pin from the other hub, so let's try this again. First time. Wonderful. Now I'm not going to bother with this click box. or setting up this click box. I'll just try it like this and hope for the best. Well, I scraped off most of the hard, dried up grease, and now I'm going to clean the chain a bit. Although, as you can see here, it has definitely been stretched a bit. Dirty. Very dirty. Well, that's good enough. It's time for a test ride, because in a while the sun will be on this side of the building, and that will kind of suck for the video recordings. But before I can go on my test ride, I need to squirt in some air, because the dirt road is a bit bumpy. I think the pump has improved. That's enough. As you can see, the sun is getting close to the barn doors. Watching out for the dirty chain, and here we go. I'm rolling, and it feels like I'm in third gear. I will try to shift, and I will drive over my tools. But yeah, I'm rolling. After adjusting the saddle and the handlebar, it's finally time for a test ride on the dirt road. There's a rattle coming from behind. I think it's the mudguard. And this bell also seems to be ringing automatically. But the shifter worked perfectly. All gears are there, and we're currently in first gear. So that was a bit of a surprise. And I did take the bicycle out on the tarmac, and it was riding straight. And the wheels are okay. So maybe this bicycle does want to live. I don't know. Maybe. I had to turn around to avoid some noisy mopeds. Yeah, maybe this bicycle does want to live. So then I should install a front mudguard and a chain case. Yeah. It's not bad. Perhaps it can make somebody a good bicycle to go to the bar. Alright, I'm going back home. So there you have it. The Multicycle wants to live. And I will put the angle grinder away for now. Alright, I think we have come to the end of this shit show. Thanks for watching, and to be continued.